damn it, Garner. Answer your bloody comms. Steve-O, Belvin and me just scored something big. Ah, bugger, you gotta be fucking kidding me. We're getting swarmed by arty drones. Look, I'm launching the package into the escape pod to coordinates that only Steve-O, Belvin and me will know. If any of us make it out of here, come find us. I'm not fucking around. This is gonna set us up right good.
I am adding to the quality of this show.
You're always adding to the quality of this show when this show's on. Oh, hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome. Yeah. Hey. Oh, that's you. I'm reading chat, and it's like, oh, that's this guy. Not worry about it.
That's just me trying to, announce our presence.
There you go. Hi everybody, and
Hi,
welcome. Finally, to return. Somebody checking the audio on me.
Are we muted?
Oh, that would have been smart.
Are we muted?
No, according to the doom makers in front of me, we're not. But you never know.
We've got audio.
I don't trust myself. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
So let's try that again. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Return to Sector 1. It's been a minute since we've been on. There's been, if you tune into any of the other shows, we've been having some technical difficulties and turnover things with the Zoom problems that occurred due to Zoom hacking, and then yada yada, and then me. So, and then
some of it was operator failure. Some of it.
But I feel confident in saying that the operating error, user error. See, I can't even fucking talk though. The error by the operator was only about 25% of the fuck up. So, with that having been said, hi and welcome to Sector 1. We are playing. This is going to be the second episode. It's been a little bit since we aired the first episode, but this is the. Return to Sector 1. This is our Wicked D6, which is a modified version by yours truly of the Open D6 system into basically it's almost like a new game. And we play Syfy here. And if you didn't notice from our intro video, which thank you, Dylan. Thank you, Uncle Tony. Very much so. You guys are awesome as always. Yes. It's we've got kind of a Western space feel. If you ever want to read a good Western themed space book, there's one called Ringo. That's the one you need to. And I can't remember the author's name.
Next year, I'm hoping it's Return to Sector 1.
Could be. You never know. I think that was a jab at somebody else, but I don't know. Don't take that.
A year at this pace, I'd be surprised.
Anyways,
I can take my lashes.
Yeah. With that having been said, let's go ahead and introduce the fabulous cast. Well, first, I guess I should introduce myself. I didn't do that.
Yeah.
How rude of me. I'm Will DM. I am the game master for this here Sector 1 game, and let's go ahead and start off with the ever poofy and voluminous haired Grace. Your hair looks marvelous. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah, I'm Grace. I play Corax. She's a little bit of a cyborg bounty hunter, and yeah, she's on the trail, the hot trail for something good, hopefully.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah. She's a little bit cyborg and a little bit rock and roll. Isn't that how that goes? So somebody got the joke. I know Tony did. He didn't laugh though.
I got it. Donnie and Marie.
Okay. And with that having said, let's go down to Dylan.
Hey, yeah, that's revenge, isn't it? Guys, I'm Dylan. I'm playing the stranger here on the show. He's a mysterious high plains drifter, and he's out to make a little bit of money if he can. That's about it.
And last,
for now,
but not least, the famous, or should I say, infamous
Infamous.
Uncle Tony.
Yeah, you didn't think I would get a Donny Osmond joke? Look at me.
Yeah.
I'm
You
a
are
lost
Donny Osmond.
Osmond.
You are. I'm just saying. Yeah. Okay.
There were two growing up. Those were the two things I always got. I always got Peter Brady and Donny.
Oh my
Osmond.
God, you were a dead ringer for Peter Brady, though.
And
That
I
makes
used to
sense.
have really, really curly hair.
Yeah,
I try
man.
not to anymore, but a really curly, bushy, kind of afro-y hair. And
Anybody ask you for an autograph?
well, I've signed them, sure.
Have you? Oh, man.
Oh,
Yeah, because
yeah. Don't tell Chris Knight, but I have signed his name a lot.
he does look
See,
like him.
Well, my name's Uncle Tony. Everybody, you find me on YouTube or something. I don't know. I play games here and tell.
Hey,
weird
Rigger, what's
stories.
happening?
But my dad looks a little, at least in his prime, looked a bit like Paul McCartney. And the
Really?
problem is, for having a British mother, he couldn't do the accent to save his life. So
Really?
whenever he could not do a British accent, his
Yeah.
mother was from Leeds, for Christ's sake. So whenever anybody like tapped him on the shoulder at a bar in Las Vegas and went, "Hey man, you look like Paul McCartney," all my father could ever do was just lean in and go,
Because he couldn't do the accent.
because he couldn't do the accent. But the guy next to him be like, "Holy shit, Paul McCartney's sitting next to me."
Now, with that having been said, we can also say that your dad also looks like the lady from Murder She Wrote. Then, have you ever seen?
Would stand to reason.
Well, have you ever seen? God, who is the Scotsman who had the talk show for a while? You know who I'm talking about?
Not Craigie Ferg.
Craig Ferguson. Yes. Yeah, you've never seen the skits about Craig Ferguson? He would always talk about Paul McCartney looks like Angela Lansbury. And he would
No,
put
I
the
don't know
pictures
that.
up next to each other and stuff like that. Yeah, Craig Ferguson. I love Craig
I
Ferguson.
gotta check that one out.
Oh,
Maybe
dude,
send
they're
that
awesome.
to my dad.
Yeah, that, and then you got his little skits with Sean Connery and then Michael Caine.
I got to be honest. My favorite, he hasn't been on the air in a while, and
Yeah.
all I remember is my absolute favorite thing of his is sharing an awkward moment with his guests.
Yes, those are awesome.
Those were the best. I could watch those all day long.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was fantasizing if I had long, luxurious hair. Oh, hey, Grace, how's it going?
The woman is suffering. Okay,
I'm an ass.
Explodes.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's get into the story. It's been a while. How many weeks have we not aired Sector 1? This is what we're the 3 weeks, something like
What
that.
what the audience doesn't know is that game that we did not record ended
Definitely
with me
not.
dangling from a rope for a week. So I'm happy to actually retcon this whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. So poor Tony. He's been
Like,
going
you're just gonna leave me here?
poor guy. He's
Just leave me
jonesing for-
dangling. I'm like, we're not gonna be back for a week.
Yeah. So anyway, let's go ahead and I'm gonna get us started off with a little bit of let's talk about a little recap. See, it's how now.
Oh, here we go.
There's something that all of your characters are going to be kind of like. You had some weird dreams last night, and so if I ever go, no, that was in a dream, then you'll know what I'm talking about. It was the aforementioned pre-recorded episode that was not.
Every great show has a lost episode.
That's true. That's very true. So, but anyway, so what happens here is that in the first episode, we have essentially an outlaw, a bandit, a ruffian and a brigand by the name of Calcuto. What's his full name?
Calcuto del Suto Ratman.
Yes. So he
We down on the planet?
who what?
Are we down on the planet?
No. You can play around with that however you want. I don't care. So he was in a tavern, and he was descent upon by a couple of robotic bounty hunters, which through some little slippity slew, he was able to escape, slip up the chimney, He rigged their hover bikes to explode, which they did, and he got away. And then in this very short first episode, we then followed Korax, the cyborg bounty hunter, which has been hired by a fellow by the name of Garna. And what Garna asked Korax to do is to go out to this fella named Belvin's ranch, his space ranch, which is he's a solar farmer, and to find out what name a fella by who his real name is Steve-O is hiding out under. What, he needs to find out some information. So of course, like all guys, you hire a notorious killer bounty hunter to go and get some information from somebody. So Korax goes out there and is able to get the information. Finds out that this dude's name is Jocko Talus, and that's the name he's hiding out under. So Korax goes back then to Garnet, the guy who hired him, and to let him know. Now, what happened when Korax was there talking with this guy Belvin let slip that Steve-O and him, I guess, they have a line on the digital stack of the first minister of Sector 1. So, the what? Who?
Well, formerly, certainly she's
former. Yeah. Well, I guess technically, until somebody new has been hired, I mean, or elected, it would still be in place. So, yeah, and so he wanted to find out more information from Garner about it, and Garner basically told him to sit and spin. So Korax, being the consummate negotiator that she is, shot and killed him. It just, I guess, figured she'd get the information some other way. In her defense, he was trying to pull a gun on her, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It was in defense.
She was forced into the action, is what it was. So, and basically that's where we left off. We really didn't do that much else aside from that. It was the first episode, and I think there's even technical difficulties in that one at the beginning of it. We started late or something. I can't remember. But this is where we're picking up on episode 2 of Return to Sector 1. We are on the planet Leone 4, a rocky, kind of desolate, not completely desert planet. The camera starts panning down from like a helicopter view, looking down onto this rocky terrain, and we see a dust plume being kicked up by a riding lizard, which are really big gecko-esque looking lizards. They have that where their arms go out on the side, you know what I mean? And it's going real fast. And bouncing upon the top of this riding lizard, we have none other than Calcuto.
It's me.
That's you. You know what I need to do.
It's me, man.
We need some riding through the we need some music. We need some, you know what music we need? We need the Calcuto.
You know the Calcuto music?
The Calcuto music.
We need to turn this up and listen.
All right. I have to see if that's too loud, but there's our Calcuto music. All right.
Sounds like a Casio 8-bit keyboard.
That's exactly what it is. It's all the rage in Sector 1. So, he's riding along, bouncing around. Now, for those who weren't here for the first episode, or if you were here for the first episode and it's just been that goddamn long, if you don't remember, why don't you explain to everybody, Tony, what Calcuto looks like?
Calcuto is very small. He's about 4 foot and a half, and he's got a long snout with the whiskers and the teeth, the rat teeth, He's very good looking, I think. He's good. He looks good for the monoclad. And he's got the ears. They kind of go back when he runs. And it was a bit rodent-like, you might say. And he's got a wildly outrageous accent that goes between Russian and Mexican and sometimes the Italiano.
It's the red accent. That's how the red accent sounds. It's all over the place.
Yeah, that's what they all sound like. These.
Yeah, Rigger says so. He's about as tall as Tony is, right?
Shit.
Because I'm only sitting down,
Yeah. Okay, so
Meet you in real life and I'll punch you in the kneecaps.
so Kakuto's riding along, do. And we're going to jump right into it. I need you to give me a perception roll.
You're an awful person.
I am an awful person.
Perception. Where's my perception? I'm good with that.
You should be.
Did I?
Whoops.
Rolled good though.
Yikes! No.
What'd you
I
get?
have a bunch of ones in there.
So many ones.
Oh, shake the
Yeah, you
dust
still
off
got a
you all the
16
time.
though. You still got a 16. That's good. That's not a problem whatsoever. Okay. So that works. So
Do I see them? Do I see someone?
well, you're riding out in the middle of essentially the wilderness. You're out in the
Doesn't look
Badlands,
like this.
and there's nothing. You can't really see anything anywhere around you, but there's a little dot on the horizon that starts growing bigger. And by dot, I mean it is a little round, dark thing. And you're riding like right towards it, and you can't really make out what it is. And then you're getting closer, and it's growing in size pretty quickly. So you realize that whatever this thing is it's coming towards you just as you're riding towards it.
That's probably not good, but
Now it is like it's round. It's just like
a big round thing.
but it's not
Like a
overly
ball?
big. You thought it was further away than it was until you realize when it's roughly about 50 yards away from you that it's not really big at all. It's maybe about the size of those balls, those inflatable balls they have for chairs where you can just sit on them. You know what I mean? They're like
okay.
yeah. It's it's like maybe 3 feet, and it's a medical sphere.
Medical.
A medical. Sorry.
Yeah, it was medical.
It's a medical sphere.
That's
It's got a big
weird.
red X. It's got a big red cross painted on the front of it.
That's a spear. It's a big ball, steel ball.
Steel ball. Yeah. It's metal, and it's and it looks got little like readouts and sort of thing. What is now? Does Calcuto have any kind of like technical skills or like mechanical skills or anything that would help him to recognize maybe what this thing is?
I don't think so.
No.
Unless it's some kind of a vehicle of some kind that you for driving or has a motor. But
Okay.
nah, then
Yeah.
I got nothing.
All right. So this thing comes up and it comes like right next to you, and it's flying right next to you. It's like.
Is it shiny?
It's like black metal, but it is shiny.
I see my reflection.
Yeah, you do.
How do I look?
Not too good.
What?
And
Not good.
there's like a little like R2D2 kind of like eyeball sort of thing, and it's like moving around, and it's like looking at you, and then it goes, and like this blue light comes out of it, and it's like washing over you, and it goes beep 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 beep.
I think I'm
beep,
being
beep, beep.
scanned.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what's happening. And then you hear
That's pretty rude, just doing it like that.
in this metallic robotic voice, like, target acquired.
Target, you should have bought me dinner
And
first.
then the like out of the bottom half of the circular thing pops down, and this barrel comes out.
I'd like to jump now.
Well, we got to roll for some initiative here, Chief.
What good is my perception?
Yeah.
I didn't see that one coming.
Okay, let's see here. We roll from I gotta roll it out of there. Let's see what it gets. Holy smokes! It got a 27, Holmes.
I hate you so much right now.
I know you do.
What do I roll for the initiative?
It is. Let me open up the.
It was something different than I thought it was.
No, it's one of the basic skills. I mean, basic stats. So let's take a look at my man.
Agility, wasn't it?
Yep, that's it. It's the
that
agility.
sounds right, yeah. Yeah.
Yep, thank you.
So something else. All right.
Yeah, I think in our previous campaign we might have been rolling a different stat, but I think this one.
Now, 2 1s, my friend.
What? I got a 2 and a 3 though.
Yeah, but 2 1s is a fumble.
Oh, then I spend the fate point and I'll roll that one again.
There you go. Now this is something else that we're going to have to, because for all those who are watching, we are actually play testing the Wicked D6 as well as.
But is it always 2 1s, no matter how many dice I throw?
That's what I'm thinking of, because the better you get, you would think that your chance of fumbling would go down, but technically, according to the dice, they would go up then. So maybe something like half of your dice, if half of your dice turn up as ones or something.
Damn, you son of a bitch.
I'm gonna make a note. We'll have to take a look.
Note.
Yeah.
All right, and were we supposed to roll for fate points?
Yeah. Did you guys not?
We weren't sure what to do.
We weren't sure.
Okay, so I want both of you guys. You guys can all do this right now. Each of you roll 2d6, and then you get to add that to your fate point total.
Well, now I get
look at that!
Oh no. Wait, did I still spend the ones I spent last session?
No, you would get those back then.
Cool, because we.
So start at 10. Start at 10, and then add whatever you roll here to it.
Happily.
No doubt, Calcuto with the 12. Woohoo! Look at that.
Yeah,
Jesus.
It's a good time for a 6 now that I don't
So
need
I shouldn't get in a fight with him then.
Yeah.
it.
What about Korax, man? You gonna roll, Grace?
Oh, I didn't realize I was rolling too. Sorry,
Yeah.
I was confused.
I'm going to take 1 off.
You got
and
9.
do
So you should have 19. So go ahead and change that on your character sheet. Okay, so you're gonna spend a fate point so that you can re-roll your initiative.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay,
Just
go
so
ahead.
I don't fumble. All right, agility. 4 dice. Here they come. That's
He's
bad.
still okay, but he still beats you.
Well,
Yeah.
of course he does, you son of a bitch.
So
Roll
this
27.
little hatch opens up and this barrel comes out, and you're like,
I wonder what that is.
and it fires at you. So here we go. Let's see. Now, here's where we need to get a little bit of this here combat information. So combat modifiers of 47, because you're moving, you're hauling ass, so it's gonna knock it up.
Okay.
The difficulty on there.
And I'm small. Small. You know, SM
Yeah,
all.
you're not that small though. So okay.
And I'm hiding half of me under the lizard.
Okay, so it's gonna knock it up at least 1. Ah, here we are. Ranged, point blank. So this is at
Oh,
point
no.
blank. So it's gonna.
Ah,
That's 1 positive difficulty rank that it gets.
going to hurt when it hits me.
But you guys are moving fast speed, so that's going to bump it to. Okay, all right. So with that having been said, there's 2 negative ranks and 1 positive rank, so it's only 1 negative rank that it occurs. So with that having been said, it needs to roll a 15 or better to get you. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Maybe.
10. Now what happens is it shoots. It goes, and this thing comes out and it's like spinning, and you like duck down onto the low on the neck of your riding lizard, and there's like some electricity coming off of this net that just tried hitting onto you, and it flies past you, and it goes, and so it's moving around as well. Okay, what are you doing, Calcuto?
Just a matter of point. When I got on this lizard, was I going somewhere?
Yeah, you were going to the next closest town, and the next closest town
far away.
is a place called Van.
Sounds far.
Sounds far.
Well, Van sounds like it's a ways away.
Well, a little ways, but it's the next closest settlement, so.
With how close am I going to be able to outrun this thing without being,
Oh, you're not going to outrun this thing. If that's what you're trying to ask, that's not going to happen.
Can I see it? Do I see anyone else around?
No, you just see this one thing floating. I'm flying around
God.
next to you.
Damn it.
But that doesn't mean anything. There could be somebody watching you. You don't know.
I am a bit of an acrobat. I don't know if you know this.
No, I don't.
But, as I do, I've got a bit of the acrobatics.
Yeah, I
and,
know.
some contortion and stuff. So I want to kind of slide down the side of my lizard. Just whichever side is away from the thing.
So you're going to get on the opposite side.
Yeah, I just,
You're gonna
like
do the old Western where you're going to hold on to the saddle, get on the other side of it. Okay.
Way down.
Okay, well, yeah, that would be an acrobatics check to do that. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should I do that first? And
Yes, first and foremost, you're going to have to do that.
See if I don't fall off the fucking horse.
See what you get.
It says rolling the dice.
Yeah, I love they added a dialogue since the.
There we
Nice.
go.
23, not a problem. You totally beat it. Okay.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. So you're on the side of the horse now. I mean, the lizard. Okay. So what's next?
It's time to shoot the son of a bitch.
Okay. So go ahead and draw your weapon.
Yeah,
Now,
but
drawing. You don't have quick draw, do you?
I do not have a quick draw.
Okay. So with that having been said, then let's see here. That's a. Here we go. Drawing a weapon and using it in the same round incurs a +1 negative rank modifier. So-
You add it right on there. You tell me how tough this is going to be.
So +1 difficulty, and this is your second action. So
Yes.
second action automatically makes it a 15, and the +1 difficulty takes it up too hard, so it's a 20.
20. And if I'm going to try to shoot the thing is moving around, you're not going to add any more on me?
Well, that's to draw your weapon. We haven't gotten
That's
to you
just-
shooting yet. Unless you have quick draw, you got to pull it out. That sounded dirty. Sorry. Okay.
So okay, then what was the 23 for then?
No, just 20. You rolled the
Yeah, but I just
23.
rolled a 23.
Yeah, the 23 was for you to do your acrobatics thing so you didn't
That
fall
was the
the fuck off
acrobatics.
your lizard. Yeah,
So
so
what-
now you're riding on the side of it. The thing's on the other side of you. You're
What do
hiding
I-
from it.
What do I...
Oh,
roll
what do you
to
roll?
draw?
Your agility. Roll your agility.
Oh,
Sorry.
roll the agility.
Yeah, just roll your agility.
Okay, so I
Unless
got
you have... Now, see, here's the thing. You can make arguments. Don't forget, you can make arguments if you think a particular skill applies in this situation, you could use it. Like, for example, I would say that you could say, hey, I should be able to use my acrobatics to help me with this, so go ahead and roll your acrobatics. You see how that works?
Oh. Will it? Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to ask for favors, but...
Oh, it's not a favor. That's the way the rules are set up. Just like know your backgrounds, because your backgrounds fill in and allow you to do things that you don't have skills written on your sheet for.
I was going to spend a fate point, though, and bring that difficulty back down.
You can. Sure, go ahead.
So that's what I'm going to do, for sure.
Okay, if you spend a fate point, it'll take it down to 15.
That's what I want.
Knocks it down one rank.
And I can roll the acrobatics, you say.
You can. I will allow that, yes.
Then I will try to hit the 15 with my acrobatics.
Let's see what you got.
Roll it!
You
Oh,
got it. Okay, boom. You got your gun out. Now you can shoot.
It's about time.
Okay. Now you've got it. Your difficulty rating now has gone up to 25.
To hit the son of a bitch?
To shoot it and hit it, yes.
To shoot it and hit it, it's a 25. I want to spend another fate point.
Right. And I'm not including anything for speed or anything like that, because you guys are going at the same speed. You know what I'm saying? So
if I spend 2 fate points, do I bring it down 10 points?
Yeah, and but you can only spend 2 on a roll, so that would be the most you can spend on one. So yes.
Okay, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend 2 fate points and bring that down to 15, right?
You got it. Correct.
Okay. And I'm going to take my bounty hunter blaster and shoot the son of a bitch.
All right, see what you got.
Come on, give me 15, you son of a bitch. 23. Oh, that was the damage.
That was the damage.
How do I roll? I got to roll.
Could be your blaster.
It's
skill,
the
yeah.
skill. Yeah, it's the skill. You can keep that damage roll because that's a really good damage roll.
Okay. I probably didn't need then to bring the thing down, but that's okay. I didn't realize I had 7 dice to spend.
Well,
Rich Cross! Thank
You got
you
2
for
ones
following
again, though.
us and say, "Oh, yeah, baby." Hold
I
on.
don't think I like that rule.
I don't either. I don't think that applies. I don't think we should use that because look at all those dice. It dramatically increases. So I'm going to say if half of the dice you roll are ones, then that is
There
the
we go.
fumble. That seems more legit. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that seems that way.
Yeah.
It scales in a
Right.
reasonable way.
What were you gonna do to me?
I don't know. I'd
You'll
have to
never
make it
know
up
now.
on the spot and be creative. Okay, so all right, so you pull it out, boom, you shoot, not a problem. It goes, explodes in a ball of flame. Bits and pieces and chunks of parts go flying all over. They pelt your riding lizard and what have you, and then you leave in your wake this big old ball of black smoke in the air from where you had shot and destroyed this drone.
I'm not gonna bother to go back then. It sounds like everything's ruined.
Yeah. So
Nah.
you
Yeah.
go ahead and you get
Over.
you write yourself back up on your riding lizard and you're feeling kind of confident about yourself.
Pretty good about myself.
Yeah, you did a good job, right? You hit the thing, you got your gun out, you did your thing, you blew it up, and then you get back and you
Whirl it around and
you look forward again, and then when you look forward, because you weren't looking forward, you were just riding,
yeah.
and that thing was there. Now you're back, and you look forward, and you see 6 more of those things. And all we hear is what does Calcuto say when he sees them?
What a lot of people don't know. I can't count that high.
Yeah, you only got 3 fingers?
And we only have 4 numbers in my entire culture.
There you go.
It's just 1, 2, 3,
Not a lot.
and more
A little.
than 3.
That's quite a bit, and that's a lot. There's the
Yeah.
numbers.
So that's a lot. And
So- You see those, and it fades to black.
no,
Yeah, it does. Oh, yeah, it does. It's good stuff, man.
I'm
Okay.
in the deep doggy doo-doo.
Yeah, deep doggy doo-doo. And now that we're no longer
And I
in,
spent so many goddamn fate points.
I know it was so awesome watching you just blow through those.
I mean, you got a shit ton at the beginning anyway, so.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Spend like I'm rich.
Okay, so now we change again. Scene changes. Now this time, what we're going to what do they call that? What's the reverse of the fade to black? There's a technical term for that. I can't think of it.
Fade up.
Fade up. Thank you. So
Fade in?
or is it fade in? Fade in. Fade in. Okay. So the
Fade up, wipe in.
Yeah.
wipe out. So
That's funny.
we fade in on this new scene. Looks very similar to the surroundings that we were seeing in the previous scene with Calcuto. But instead of the rat riding on his riding lizard, we see a man on a bluff with a pair of high-tech would we say space binoculars, looking into the distance. What does the stranger look like?
Well, stranger looks like about a 6'4" tall, wearing a poncho, metal plates dangling off of it, rattle around. He's got a big old scarf around his face that he keeps on at all times, and he's got a pair of glowing eyes under there that sit there, stare out, a little bit spooky looking.
Now you're always kind of like wrapped up. People don't really ever get a clear look at your face, do they?
No,
for the most part.
He more or less looks like someone who, like this scarf around him looks like it might be obscuring something that looks like it might actually almost be firm to his face. It doesn't look like it moves much, almost like it's dressed up as a scarf, but maybe it's covering something else.
Gotcha. He's the kind of guy that if he fell off of a moving truck, his hat wouldn't come off. He's that kind of guy, right? Okay.
Very much so.
Now, who's that right next to you?
This is
Grace?
my trusty. There you go. Go for it.
I mean, I think that I mean, if Dylan wants to describe what his companion looks like, that's fine.
Yeah. What's his name again? Servo, right?
Servo, I believe his name.
Yeah,
He's
Servo.
He looks like a little. What are those droids in Star Wars Episode 1 called? The little pit droids. Those little, like, you bonk them on the nose and they collapse into a little, like.
Oh yeah. So from the
pit droids that, like,
from the bad Star Wars movies, not the good ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
The ones that, but it's like a little, very, like, maybe like knee high, like very fast, agile little thing, but just very much a workman's sort of tool more than anything else. Just very much an accessory. But very very utilitarian.
Gotcha. Okay. So what you guys are doing is now the stranger. He's kind of a bounty hunter. He does lots of different things. Now, what he's doing up on this bluff, looking through his space binoculars down below, there's this, like, big old hover truck that's driving along. And in tow behind the hover truck are 3 hover cages. In these cages are, well, wanted men. Because this hover truck and these hover cages belong to a pair of robotic bounty hunters. And, well, how nice of them to collect a bunch of bounties for the stranger to swoop in and just take them all from him and then go cash him in himself. So that's basically what the stranger you've been doing. You've been following these guys for a little bit, okay? And you're kind of watching. Now, did we establish? Do you ride does he use a riding lizard, or are you on a hoverboard?
Yeah,
riding lizard. Okay. All right. So you guys are there and you're watching it, and it's driving along, and as you're watching, because you've been following them for a while, and it looked for a while as if it was on autopilot, because the two bounty hunter droids pulled out some way earlier in the day. They pulled off some hover bikes and went riding off into the distance on their hover bikes. Now, when they do this, they like punch some different stuff into their hover truck, and 8 of these globes, these big balls. We saw it in the previous scene. There was 8 of these circular balls popped up from the back of the hover truck and just kind of like we're on guard duty and we're kind of like flying around and what have you. Okay, and those guys went flying off. I'm not flying off, but rode off on their hover bikes. You continue to follow them, watching them, and then a little bit later on, the bikes don't come back, but you see sitting up out of the back of the truck are 2 more robots, and they go up and they get in to the driver's seat and what have you, and they do a little something, and then those 8 flying balls just go shoo, zip off into the distance. Shoo, they just go take off, right? And then a little bit later, because when those balls went flying off, they stopped their truck, their hover truck. When these balls come back, it's missing 1. Well, it's missing 2. So there's only 6 of them that end up coming back. But at the end of one of these balls that is traveling slower than the other ones is a net hanging from it. And there's something wrestling around inside the net.
Talking a bunch of shit too. Don't forget. Incessant lines of just
the ball.
Every name in the book, you droid mother.
The ball comes over.
Your father was a toaster, you son of a bitch.
Drops the net to the ground, and the 2 robot guys get off of the truck and come walking over, and they have big long, and you know what they are? They're stun batons that they have.
They're
in their
gonna
hands.
need them.
And with that, we're still in the same scene, but it's going to shift and it's going to change perspective, and we go down to the hover truck and the 2 robots that are walking up to this rat Calcuto in this net.
Son of a bitch.
The 2 robots are Pinky and Yella.
It's you 2 again.
You better believe it, man.
Wait a minute.
How could it be them? They blew up, right? What Pinky and Yella use is a thing called multi-split.
God damn it.
Where their consciousness can be digitally shot out and into a receptacle like the spare robot bodies that are in the back of their truck. So when you blew them up in episode 1, their consciousness was then transported over, and it downloaded again into these other 2 spare robot bodies. So I think, let's see, Pinky was played by Grace, and Yellow was played by Dylan. So your droid balls brought them back, and they deposited them there. So what are you guys gonna do now? This is your guys' hover truck, and these are your hover cages, and you guys go and you do sweeps, and you collect a bunch of guys, and you take them back to van and cash them in for the reward. So, and that's what you were trying to do with Calcuto. He is by far the most notorious, most infamous of the bounties that you were trying to collect.
Man, I can't believe this motherfucker blew us up, man.
I'm going to do it again, too. Don't you worry about that.
Bet you didn't think you'd see us again. And I guess I'd be just kind of doing what we normally do. Try to wrangle him in to get him in one of the cages, I suppose.
Yeah. Now you guys got stun batons in your hands. Now there's multiple settings on these stun batons. Okay.
You better use the big one.
Because you can turn it down to basically just cause them pain and just poke them a couple of times. I mean, you could have some fun. I'm not encouraging anything. I'm just saying you could do that. Or you could turn it up and just totally fuck them up, and we'll use the stats that are in the stun baton on the list.
I think I probably wouldn't go full hog. I think I would stay minimum.
It's gonna be your mistake.
All right, let's take a look here. Stun baton. Okay.
They took that blaster back from me, didn't they?
Yeah.
I'm coming for that gun. You just holding on to it for me.
Yeah. Okay, so he's there. You guys are just gonna go up and you can stun the hell out of him?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna kick this motherfucker in the stomach.
There you go. Okay, tell me what you guys do to wrangle him in, because basically he is he's incapacitated. He's in this metal weave net that's just got him all wrapped. He can't really do anything. So you guys can feel free to do whatever you choose. So you start kicking him, because don't forget he blew you guys up. That hurt. Even though you guys had that multi-split and you can go into your other bodies, it doesn't mean that it didn't hurt when it blew you up.
Yeah, I'm yellow. Just kick him a few times and zap him. Give him a good zap. Whatever it takes to piss this guy off and hurt him a little bit.
Gotcha. All right, cool. And then you guys going to go and dump him in one of these cages?
I mean, yeah.
Yes. Come on, you little metal freak.
Here, let's. You know what? I think we.
How is this net getting suspended? Is it just floating?
Not anymore. It was dropped to the ground.
Oh, it's on the ground now.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was dropped to the ground, so you're good. So let me. We're going to transition this a little bit here.
Now, for clarity, they took the blaster that I took from them, which is completely fair. But I was also holding a holdout blaster somewhere. Well, I only wear pants.
Yes, that's true. You only wear pants. Are you going?
Yeah, I mean, right now I would kind of just be looking at inflicting pain, not really distracted right now.
And the pants really are for your benefit, not mine.
Yes. And no, I don't want that. Get that off of there. And actually, let's see. Do I got all the? Yeah, everybody's in red.
If I've still got the holdout blaster, I'll go willingly into the cage.
Yeah, I got to get rid of that guy. Guy's not there. Okay, so you were attempting to hide this holdout blaster?
Well, I always have one on me. Yes.
Okay, so do you have any skills that would help you with trying to? Because basically, what it's coming down to is you're going to have to try and. Hide it from these, because they're gonna. These droids search you.
I'm one of the great sleight of hand masters that you've ever seen.
There you go. We can use sleight of hand. So go ahead and give me a sleight of hand roll, and I will roll for the robot that searched you, because only one's going to search you. They you know, it's not like they all take a turn searching you.
Come on, the metal man. You should check me out, huh?
Yeah. What did you get? Ooh, 24. 24 is not bad.
24. Don't you dare beat me.
Let's see what they got here. Nope. Okay, you were able to hide your holdout blaster.
All right, so I'll go into the cage. I'll be like, ow, stop hurting me. Stop hurting me. I'll go into the cage.
Okay, so they take you. You guys throw them in the cage. Now they still have those flying ball drones, but after they get you into a cage, one of those guys goes over and you hit like a compad, and they go back into the bed of the truck there.
That's good.
And here, you know what? I put up the map, but I didn't bring you guys over to the map. Let me bring you.
I want to just do one more thing.
There we go. And we're just gonna say we're gonna put the stranger and his little robot friend right over there.
How far away? I don't know that.
Yeah, that far away. So, and it looks like they're like doing like some like maintenance or getting things together before. Like I guess they're stowing away the balls or anything like that, you know. But they're not leaving right away, is what I'm trying to say. Okay.
Well, the moment the stranger sees them lock up this guy he's got.
Here's the thing. You know who he is. The stranger does. That's Calcuto. Now, you don't just know Calcuto from being a bounty hunter yourself and tracking down criminals. You used to run a little racket with Calcuto back in the day.
That guy?
That guy! The guy who left you out in the desert after you got tired of shooting the rope out from you. You used to collect them. You used to take them into towns to collect the bounty, and then you would spring them, and you'd go to another town and you'd trade him in for a bounty again. And you guys worked this scam for a little while, but then Calcuto, like he does, kind of got on your nerves, and you guys parted ways.
He betrayed me and tried to kill me by leaving me in the desert with nothing, but not even in the water. You little son of a bitch. I find him again to kill him myself.
Well, this will complicate things. And I'll turn to
Oh, by the way, whenever Calcuto's in that cage, he wants to shoot the other prisoner.
Jesus.
Whoever else they have that they're taking in a bounty on, he doesn't want them to get the bounty on.
Okay, are you going to just go in there and straight off shoot him as soon as you get in the cage?
Yeah, whoever's in the cage next to him, he's just going to shoot that guy.
We'd hear it.
Okay, so
fuck him. These guys they think I'm going to go quietly? No. They're not getting any more money out of me.
So this is what you see happen.
them.
Okay, so we've got the map down here. They take Calcuto and they throw him in one of these cages. They throw you in this cage over here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit.
Hey, zoom in. Show
Okay.
me what you did.
So this is the cage in the back right here. Okay. And the first one, they throw Calcuto in there, and in there is a gray. Okay. With you, and you just
I never
pull out-
liked those guys.
Okay, so you just shoot him.
I'm going to shoot the gray.
Okay, you shoot him and kill him. He's dead. He's done. He's out of there.
That's a teacher.
And up on the hill, I'm looking through my binoculars and go, yeah, that's Calcuto.
Now, Yella and Pinky, your cages, they're electrified. All you have to do is flip a switch.
At least I got one of them.
So you guys gonna take care of them there?
Oh, well, now quit that and I'll flip the switch.
Okay. In this situation, you can't get anywhere, so it basically electrifies the hell out of you. You drop your holdout blaster, which of course falls then out of the cage onto the ground,
Come back here.
which they will collect. Okay.
Good luck trying to get the bounty on that one.
And once I see them start zapping Calcuto, I turn to Servo and say, I think it's time we intervene before they flush this whole pot down the drain.
Okay.
Put an X over that gray on the battle map.
Yes. Hold on. I'm sorry. Here, let me do that for you. There you go, sir. He's out. Okay. So, basically now, you're the stranger and Servo. You guys are getting in position to do whatever you want to do. So that basically that allows this next part of the scene to happen. So, Calcuto, you shot and you killed this gray, right? These two guys in here in this cage next to you, right?
Should I have shot them?
No, but one of them looks and he goes, "God damn it, Belvin! You couldn't see what's gonna happen. We're gonna end up just getting killed because of your dumbass." And he goes, "My dumbass? You're the one that's got the wanted mark on him. I'm in this box because of you." Because they start arguing back and forth, and basically, Calcuto, of course, you're listening into this because they're going arguing, and one says, "It's if we hadn't gotten pinched because of you, we could be meeting Steve-O right now in Van. Get ready to take that rocket ship out to Liberty One to try and go and get the digital stack of the First Minister."
Just drop all that info.
They're arguing back and forth, and it's basically this is the fellows coming out in the conversation.
Liberty.
And he says, "Yeah, but I'm the one that knows the location of the
Say it.
Hold on. Say it. I'm writing a novel. Hold on. Let me. It's a. I forgot the word. What do they call those things? What do they call the places where they take all the old airplanes and they put them out in the desert? Those are
Airplane graveyard.
yeah,
I
there
mean,
it
that's
is.
what I'm going for.
Yeah, thank you. See, he says I'm the only one that knows the location of the space, the old Prosec spaceship graveyard on Earth. Steve-O doesn't know where that is. Yeah, and so, and so basically you hear this, and they go back and forth, and basically what it is Belvin's bitching because Belvin, he wants to get this supposed great payday, and old Mex over here is telling him to shut up and behave. Is basically what it's coming down to. So, okay, all right. Now we'll switch back over to the stranger.
Got the lots of notes.
All right. Well, the stranger's gonna get his pistol prepared. He's not gonna draw just yet, but he's gonna start making his. Actually, about how far am I out from these from Pinky and Yellow there?
We're gonna say you're as far out as that's where you moved up to. That distance right there that we have on the map.
Okay, perfect. So
now here's the thing: I didn't get a chance to put it on your character sheet. You get a choice. You can either have an EMP or a atomic detonator.
well,
How come I didn't get one of those?
Because you're supposed to be in the cell. So, what an EMP is, it's an electronic magnetic pulse, just like, and what that does is it will fry for a short period of time robots and cyborgs. It will basically stun them.
oh fuck.
It only has a limited range. So wherever you chuck this thing and it goes off, it's everything within 20 feet of it. Okay?
Okay.
Now, an atomic detonator, on the other hand, is a really big, huge, badass, grenade that you can throw. And it, when it explodes, has a range of 40 feet. And so everything within the first 20 cube is going to take 20 d6 damage. Everything in the next 20.
We've seen one of these go off before.
Yeah, everything in the
What
next
happened when I blew up in the last campaign?
in the next 20 will take 10 d6. So it's two damage increments, 20 and then the 40 outrange. So you can have either of those two, whichever you would prefer.
That was the helix-sized bomb, though, right, from last game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just checking.
I think the stranger's
Grenade.
he's a man of finesse, so he's gonna take the EMP and he will. Well, the only robotics down there are the things in the back in the bed of the truck and then Pinky and Yellow, right?
That you know of, yes.
That I can see, yeah.
Correct.
Based on none of the. And now, do I know the time that I have once this thing goes off? How long it's going to put them out for? Is it until turned back on?
I'll be right back.
No. It basically their circuits will be scrambled for basically 1 to 10 minutes.
Okay, then I'd set it off right now. I just toss it, and I'd say, "Hey, Servo, you're gonna want to stay back here," and I'm gonna toss this thing
Okay.
out towards Pinky and Yellow.
You know what? I don't think. This is why we do things like playtesting. I don't think I wrote down anything about throwing range. It's got to be based off of your strength. Let's see if I did. See if I got to that part.
I don't know how his strength is actually. I don't think that's his strong suit.
Yeah, what is his strength?
Oh, you know what? I've got a throwing stat.
I was going to say, I think I have a throwing stat, too.
Oh.
Okay, 54. But I don't think it's got.
Oh, I have throwing too. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I've got throwing, and that's the only relevant skill I've got for this.
Oh, here we go.
Than,
Okay. When throwing a weapon like a knife or a grenade, the thrower picks a target point. You determine the difficulty rank based on the range. If the roll is equal to or greater than the difficulty of the range, the weapon hits its target point. If the roll is lower, it misses its target point. Then you roll for a deviation. Grenades have several
Looks like the
activities.
range is 40 on the EMP.
So if I'm trying to throw greater
Okay.
than that range, that's when.
Yeah, let me see.
get harder.
Hold on a second. Do I have the grenade range
Yeah.
on there?
It's 40.
Okay, so within 40 feet.
Okay, so let's see. Let's find out 40 feet from them, and I'm gonna try and if I can get close enough, I'll throw it from there. Let's see. 40 feet from them would be there. Can I get to those bushes?
Yeah, you can attempt to, or you're going to try and do it
Yeah, I'm
stealth-like?
gonna try and stealth up to those bushes.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm gonna stay back here.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. And I'll let's see, where is stealth on here? Agility? Is that where this stuff is? Agility, right?
I know Calcuto's got it. Let's take a look at
I might not have a stealth.
You might not have stealth.
It doesn't look like I have stealth. Well, I mean,
Agility is stealth is an agility skill.
So I would just be rolling a naked agility check.
Yep, it would just be an agility check then.
Can I
I
help you?
don't love that.
I've got
but-
8
I
dice.
mean, can I help him? I don't know how I would help him.
Well, here's the thing: you got to tell me how you're going to help him. You can't.
Yeah,
this
what's
this is not that lame ass 5E rule. Or you give him an assist.
I'm using the
He's
help
a
action.
programming an atomic computer. How are you giving him an assist? I get him a cup of coffee. Or, you know, it's like I hate that.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that either.
Yeah. So
Hey,
how?
If you're fast, run a diversion.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is if I'll just kind of shoot out to distract them that while you move forward.
Yeah, sure.
Well,
You're just gonna agree? Yeah, sure. Okay, cool. No, that's good. So what are you doing?
I trust the strategy of it. So if you could maybe draw their attention around the front of the vehicle,
yeah, but
And,
not. Yeah.
and then I will try and sneak up to these bushes so I can throw this thing. I mean, there's still no guarantee I'm going to hit the target success rate anyways, but let's do that.
Right.
Sounds good.
And
So you tell me what rolls we need to make.
I'm gonna have to do some more on range increments as far as rules. Because just 40, I don't have a medium, a short, and a long range. I should
Yeah, it
have.
was just 40.
Yeah, it's just 40. So
Yeah.
I'm
So
going
if
to say
it's beyond
40.
that-
40 is going to be the normal range. Above that would take it to. But there's got to be a limit too, as far as how you can throw. What's your strength?
My strength is 3d6, but my throwing is 4d6.
Okay,
So-
4d6. Okay, so okay, so basically this is on the fly. This is what I'm going to say. It's going to be the same amount of range, but you can throw something an equal distance of 10, just like with movement. You get 10 feet per die you have in it. So with your throwing being a 4, that means you can throw it 40 feet. Okay.
All right, so there's no roll associated with trying to just throw it the regular
You're
distance?
Yeah, it's just a regular roll. It's just a D.
Regular roll.
Yeah, it's just a 10. You just have to roll and get a 10.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to first. I need to make this agility check.
Yeah. I mean, if you're not trying to stealth anymore, but.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm trying.
He's still got
to
to move
the
up
bush.
without them
Yeah.
seeing him. Now these bushes aren't like great big ones. We're talking about scrub brush out in the Badlands sort of thing.
Yeah, no, I'm like doing the whole Navy SEAL here, crawling down along on my belly, trying to get to that thing. So,
Okay.
so I'd turn to Servo and be like, "Man, creating that diversion," and point off towards the front of the truck, get down on my belly, and start crawling towards this thing.
Okay. Now we're gonna say that Servo can move at 30 feet per round. That's Servo's movement rate. So are you gonna wait until Servo gets to a point to start acting a fool?
Yeah.
To draw attention. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So,
All right, so 30 feet from
30
where
feet.
I'm at, from the front of the truck. I guess. Okay, I think I would go ahead and go over here.
okay.
So
Oh,
as sorry.
there you go. Okay.
So as to distract. So yeah.
Now this is
They're
going to get a
being
little bit
drawn.
confusing for the viewers at home. What's going on here is that they're playing NPCs as well as they're playing some of the player characters, because in episode 1, essentially how we have it broken down is we do the game in scenes, and not all the player characters are in each scene. And when that happens, I like to put the players in charge of other NPCs within the scene to do stuff. In the last episode, they played Yella and Pinky, the 2 robotic bounty hunters, so thusly they're playing them as well. So as Servo is running over there, now is Servo trying to not draw attention to himself until it's ready, or
I mean, yeah.
like, are you
I
gonna
guess.
stealth up to this point, and then after you're where you want to be, then try not to be stealthy? Is basically what I guess I'm trying to ask.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So that would mean that you have a 3d6 in stealth. So go ahead and give me
3d6, and I don't know how to get to explode in here. Sorry. Roll.
So like if you hover over that on the.
No, I got it now. Yeah.
Okay.
21.
There you go. Excellent. Now, you guys get to roll for both Pinky and Yella. So you guys have 4d6 in your notice, in your perception, I should say. Sorry. So go ahead, roll. See if you guys notice old Servo run around over there right now. I will give it an increased difficulty. Whoa! So
Doesn't
Pinky
matter.
knows right off the bat. You must have like stepped on something or whatever, because Pinky heard it just like it's right on you. Wow, you got 4 6.
Yeah, but on me, right? Like
Yes, not
on Servo. Yeah.
it's on Servo, so C and Servo. So
Well, the plan changed a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and roll that stealth check now and see if I can, while they're distracted,
okay.
make it to the bushes. Nope.
So you don't even. Are you going to spend a fate point because you didn't even make
Fuck
the
no.
regular? Okay, cool.
No, the moment he cracks the stick, he goes, "God, fucking damn it!" and pops up from the bush and draws his gun and is ready to
Okay.
fire.
Yeah, because something happened bad. So is that what it is? You stepped on like the loudest sounding cracking stick.
Yeah.
Okay.
The moment he just like, Jesus fucking.
Okay,
Christ,
so
and he
let's
gets up
go-
from the bushes.
We're gonna go ahead and we're going to roll
We'll say he's made of this.
some initiative here, guys. So we've got everybody on here. We got Servo Strangers. We got the Bounty Hunters. Calcuto, you can go ahead and roll and get in on this too. Remember, you're rolling your agilities, so just roll your agility.
Well,
All right. So So this will be Pinky's.
Where's
Is she 3d6 too?
Pinky
On
is
this?
4. Essentially,
4.
think of the Bounty
Okay.
Hunters have 4d6 in pretty much everything. Okay,
Shit.
so she got an 8.
Yeah. So Pinky
I got
got
10.
an 8.
Okay, so we're gonna have the bounty owners go on the same.
2, 2, 3,
all
3.
right, perfect.
Okay.
Rolling
Okay, sorry.
terrible.
Ooh. Okay.
And
so
that's Servo.
okay, and Servo got a 21. Okay, and what did our main man, the stranger, get?
He rolled a 14.
14. All right.
I wonder if I can figure out how to do that.
All right. And let me do. I got it up here, don't I? There we go. Let's do the descending. Bloop. Okay, cool. So that having been said, Servo, you still get to go.
I mean, I guess I'll still be going out like we were planning. That was what my direction was. So I need to figure out where another 30 feet is. Would be over here by this bush.
Okay. Now that's just your movement. You can still do something else. You gonna try and like hide in the bush, or?
Yeah, I'll hide in the bush because I don't have any weapons or anything, right? Like that's still I'm basically just got what I have, maybe a backpack with something in it, but nothing really.
Okay, so just give me a 3d6 roll. See if you can roll. See if you can hide. See how well you do. Oh no, you
They see me.
terrible. So basically, you go over, you run over, and it's like you get into the bush, and like the whole back side of it, from the side when you're running into it, it looks like a nice big full bush, and you get into it, and like the whole back side's like empty, and like you just come out and did a Hi guys.
Okay.
Okay, cool. All right, it's the stranger's turn.
All right. So what's my movement?
Your movement's going to be 10 feet per die you have in movement.
Right, in movement. So it'd be my agility. So it's what, 30 feet, I guess. Let's see.
Is
Where can I go?
Servo new to Calcuto, or is this something we should just?
No, he knows about Servo. Servo was with him when you guys
Was
were
him?
running your racket.
So
Yeah.
if I see this little zippy robot go by or pop out of a bush, I'm like, I know what's going on here.
Yes. So on your turn, if you want, you can roll a perception, see if you see him.
Okay, I'll try that then.
Yeah,
Okay.
being a 7. So
Okay, so you move up there. They
And,
know you because you failed. They pretty much know you're there.
Yeah, and well, how far away is fucking Servo here now? Because I don't know if I can use ZMP now.
I tried to get it so it was okay.
I think you're
15 feet.
15, well, maybe 20, but you said it's 20 anyways, right? So if I'm gonna
Yeah.
if I'm gonna get them both in there, then I think
Yeah,
we're.
you could throw it toward the middle of them though.
I guess
and
if
that
I
would
get
be-
it to,
yeah.
even if I just get it just past them, that would get it.
Yeah.
We'll get it at a range of you. So I'll still try and use it. I'm gonna try and use that EMP.
Okay.
So that's a throwing roll.
Yep.
Is that
And
correct?
then you just ping where you're going to throw it for me.
All right. I want to throw it right there. Did I ping?
I didn't see it. No.
I didn't see it.
Oh, you know what? I still got the ruler.
Right there, I think is where he wants.
Okay, so
Yeah.
right there. Okay, so if you throw it right there, I'll tell you. Let's see.
All right.
If it's right there. Oh, he's just outside the range.
Yeah.
Just outside the range.
So I do like a little mental arithmetic, sort of do one of these in the air, like,
You've used these before.
and judge that looks like Servo's just outside of the range, and I toss this thing. That's a fate point right there. That's what I'm gonna
Yeah,
do.
because that's a miss. You got 9.
Fucking hell. The dice aren't with me tonight. I was rolling too
I'm glad
hard.
I'm not the only one, man. I'm glad it happens to other people too.
Right?
Okay, let's try that again. Ah, fuck.
What the
That's
hell?
even worse. You got 3 ones. That's a fumble. That's a fumble. That's a fumble. Because we decided. Oh,
Jesus.
oh, yeah. So this is what happens. You go, hooah, and you chuck it over there, and it lands. And it rolls to their feet, and they look at it, and then you like go, yeah. Oh shit! I didn't turn it on.
At least you didn't waste it then.
And I say, you just wait there a minute, and I pull my my revolver with the free action because I have the quick draw.
There you go. Okay.
But I will be taking a penalty for my shooting because of
Yep.
my
That's
throw.
well. You took 1 action.
Yeah.
It's a free action to draw, so that one doesn't count.
Right.
So
Yeah.
there you go. So it's just 1 increase in your action. So it's just at a 15 now.
But I have hand-eye coordination, which is going to be a +1 positive DRC to blasters. So
There you
still
go.
a 10.
So it's still 10. Look at you.
There you go. Damn, look at that.
That was all in one box, so it actually was really easy for me to remember all that because one was right next to the other.
Now you have to roll better than a 10.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
so
right.
far the real challenge here.
Yeah, right.
You got that shit right. It's 25.
Oh, there it
There
goes.
it is.
There we
go.
go.
I'm firing for yellow here.
Okay.
See if I can hit him straight between the eyes.
Okay. Go ahead and give me the damage roll.
Okay. Oh, I guess I can reset my ammo from last session.
18.
Good.
Okay. So let's take a look
You
at
need to go grab a
damage.
beer.
Oh, give me one too while you're at it. Okay. Thanks.
I thought
Okay,
you'd do a
well-
little Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid and shoot the grenade.
I don't know if it works that way with the EMP.
You could try it. I'd let you know after you shot it.
I think the stranger's a gambling man, but he doesn't like to gamble.
Okay, so these guys are armored up, so they have a damage reduction of 10. So their combat toughness is 10. So you hit him, he takes 8 points, but that's enough to give him a wound. So he's got 1 wound.
All right, and then I will quick draw the holdout, and I'll be firing. So 15 to hit these fuckers now with the holdout blaster. And
Same guy, right?
yeah, same guy.
Okay.
But that'll still do it. But it's just the holdout, so that's not gonna do shit to him.
It doesn't do anything.
Cosmetic damage, just
Basically. Where's... Oh, that... No? Yes. It's gotta be. I'll just do that one. That gets it. Okay, set changes, and I'll put the little marker on here so we know which one's pinky and which one's yellow. There we go.
Perfect.
Okay. Calcuto.
So, that grenade, it went down somewhere over here?
Yeah, it's laying right... Yeah, right there. It's like it landed towards their feet and just rolled.
If I rip the arm off of the gray, can I stick it out the cage far enough to grab it? Are you okay? You're going to spit this right out your nose, aren't you?
You know what? Because this is the thing. When he threw it and it hit the ground, it would have rolled. So what I'm gonna do? We're just gonna do fate. We're gonna test fate here. So, let's see here.
He almost ruined his computer with a spit tip.
I almost spit all over everything. So, okay. First things first. I want you to roll me, 2 D6.
One at a time, or just roll 2d6?
Just roll 2d6. We're looking for a total. This is the number of feet that's going to roll after it hits the ground.
All right.
9 feet. That's good. That's good. Now, what I need you to do is I want you to roll me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Roll me a d6 because we're deciding which direction it rolled. You want to roll.
Only one of them is my direction.
Yeah. So So we'll see which way it rolls because there's a chart in the rules for this.
Here it comes. Am I 4?
Okay. So this is what happened. It's not within range. So when it hit here and it rolled 9 feet, but it hit something. It hit a rock and it skipped and it flipped back and then it rolled backwards.
God damn it.
If you would have rolled a 2 or a 3, it would have rolled towards you. So, not with one arm, but if you were to have somehow to rip both of his arms off and tie them together.
I'm pretty sure I might be able to use that same arm to grab my holdout blaster.
No, they picked that up.
They picked it up.
Them bastards.
What can I pick the lock?
Well, how you gonna do it?
I don't know. What kind of lock is it?
It basically.
That alien in there with you must have teeth, right? How sharp are they?
Here,
I was gonna shove his teeth in there.
I'll let you continue to think about how you're gonna maybe do that. But what I want you to do is I want you to roll me that perception. Now, do you have the perception skill?
I do.
Okay, so roll it. Let's see what
It's a big 6.
Oh yeah. First off, you see that little robot running, and Calcuto's like, that's.
I don't have one.
I know somebody who has a make and model like that. That's what you first thing you think, right? And then you see the stranger coming down. You're like, it is. So you see the stranger, and you see our man Servo running over into the bushes. So you see them both. Okay. So it's the bounty hunter's turns. All right, what's Yellow gonna do? Yellow got shot. He's got 1 wound on him, so he's at +1 difficulty rating right now to anything he does. But he's got. You guys both have heavy blasters on you.
Is Yellow going first or is Pinky?
I think Pinky, you did the roll, so you go ahead and go first.
I mean, I guess I'd pull out my blaster, but I think as we determined in the first episode, there's a stun setting, right?
Yes, there is. Smart, because if you can collect this guy, maybe you can turn him in for a bounty.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Okay.
So I go ahead and just say, now don't come any closer over there now. You just point it toward him.
You're not going to shoot him?
You're
just going to threaten him?
Well, because shooting would be another action, right?
Yeah, but you can still do it.
Okay, sure.
You can take. Remember, you can continue to take actions until
you fail.
Right. So basically, I don't know. Would you guys? I guess the robots wouldn't have had their weapons drawn. So
no,
maybe
this would be us drawing it.
Yes. So you can draw it and take an action, but you would have to roll and see if you successfully are able to get the weapon up in time, sort of thing. You do have to draw and fire to fire in the same round. So if you roll 4d6, and we'll see whether or not actually, yeah. So roll 4d6. Yeah. Okay.
19.
Not a problem. You got 19. You're able to get it up to fire, but now that increases the difficulty rating because it's another action now to fire. So this would be a 15 to shoot at somebody if you wanted to.
Rolling the dice. Well, now I thought this trigger would have gone. There it goes.
There it goes. Ba-choom.
Okay.
18. Okay, so that's who are you shooting?
I guess I was playing. The stranger is who I'm aiming at.
Okay, so that's.
But I did. It's on the stun setting.
Gotcha.
So,
No, we're
yeah.
good. We're good. Okay, so that's a hit. So what is
defense? No, not defense rating. Combat toughness, right?
Yep, your combat toughness. Mm-hmm.
It's an 8, so it's 10 over that.
10 stuns.
geez.
It's easily a success.
Yes. So
Oh, but I can use a fate point.
I was just gonna say, are you gonna use a fate point or
right?
Yep, you can make them reroll.
Yeah, it's 2 5s and 2 4s. I feel like I couldn't get worse. I mean, it could,
Right.
but not much worse. It's more likely to get better.
13.
By 1, sure, that's better. But I'm stunned.
I'm stunned. I mean, just personally, that you're
Okay,
you got-
so now this is how it's gonna work. So go ahead and the damage over your combat toughness is only 7, correct?
No, it's 9.
Oh, 9 over. Okay.
But is that the damage? That was
Oh, that's just
That
a
was just
hit.
the
That's
attack.
just
Oh, that's
a
just
hit.
a hit. Yeah, that's just a
Yeah.
hit. Okay, so roll
Which
the,
it doesn't
roll the damage.
hit. It doesn't hit, right? Because don't I have to hit a 20? Or do
No.
I have to roll damage? Okay,
You
sorry.
have
What's
to
the-
you have to roll over 15.
all right. Yeah, but you still hit. Yeah,
Yeah,
you just gotta roll.
Still hit. Yeah, so roll the damage.
I got ahead of myself with the toughness here.
I'm sorry.
Probably shouldn't have made you re-roll that, but so good.
15. So I guess that's the best roll for you.
Yeah,
Because
that's
it's a
about as-
5d6 plus 2.
Yeah, it's about as good as it's gonna get. Cool. I'm stunned. Nothing I can do about that. 7 over.
Yeah, so no, your combat toughness is
I thought it
Oh,
was 10.
I'm looking at Calcuta. What's your
Yeah, no, mine's only 8.
Okay,
Oh.
8. Okay, 8, so 9 to 5.
Well,
so
well,
7 over. Yes. It is set on stun. So you have a stun. And when it's on a stun rating, what you need to do now is go ahead and roll your should be strength.
Okay.
because
No.
we don't have a constitution in this game.
No,
It's rolled into strength. So basically, what it is you're going to roll a strength, and you have to beat the number that is over your combat toughness. So you got to beat an 8.
Yeah, because it's 7 over.
7 over. So you got to beat a 7.
Okay. Well, 3d6. I don't like my odds, but I mean, technically they're in my favor. Hey.
You got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So what that means is he shot you with a stun. It doesn't mean nothing happened to you. You got 1 point of stun. So that means you're at increased 1 difficulty ranking. If you had failed that roll, you would have been stunned and unable to do anything for 1d6 rounds.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying? So you're able to keep yourself from being totally stunned. But yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah. Hey, Pinky.
Yellow.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I'm
Well,
sorry. Yellow's turn.
I mean, it feels a little weird to do it, but I'm going to take a shot at the stranger there.
I know, right? You're playing against yourself.
It's really, yeah.
I used to do this when I was a kid when no one would want to play checkers with me.
Oh, that sounds so sad, man. I want to come to
Hey,
Canada right
when
now
you're
and
the
play
youngest,
checkers with you.
when you're the youngest, you got an older sister who doesn't want to play games with you. It's normal.
Fair enough.
Now let's see what's his attack? I guess he needs to roll to draw. What was the 4d6?
46.
Yeah.
These guys have basically 46 on everything.
Oh, he got it.
He got it. Yeah, he did.
All right,
shit.
you got to roll 15 on his attack, right?
Yep, got to roll 15
Well,
on his
yeah.
attack.
Also 4d6.
Wouldn't it be a 20 because he has a wound, so that's already a plus
Right.
1 negative?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Yellow's
You're
got a
correct.
wound.
He does. And he'd still beat it, but now his so now it's 25.
It was 20.
So let's see.
Okay.
He
I think it's 20
20.
to
he
shoot,
drew
to
he,
hit.
He drew,
Which
was
would've been 15.
successful. So his shot would have been 20. Yes,
Okay, so it's going to be 20 to hit.
20 to shoot.
And he does
makes it. Okay.
These little fuckers.
Okay. So for the stun, it's
Well, you gotta roll damage.
No, he's just
or you
shooting
can
to
spend
kill.
a fate point.
he got shot first. He's shooting to kill. And yes, the stranger will actually use a fate point.
Okay, good.
Now let's re-roll that. 4d6. Yeah, it doesn't fucking matter.
Jeez.
Damn, I think the game's gonna be about Pinky and Yellow here in a second.
Honestly.
Pinky and the brain. All right, well, fuck it. Let's roll that damage. Yeehaw!
Yep.
Okay, it's 4d6 again.
I think
What's the
so. It's
Damage on the blaster. Is that right?
The 5d6 plus 2.
Yep.
For the fucking what?
Yeah.
Oh right,
Yeah.
heavy blaster. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on stun though.
No, he's shooting to kill. What? Wait, I'm just gonna copy and paste your roll. Why would I? Oh wait, I guess I can't do that, can I?
Yeah, you have to.
How do I add a +2 on a roll?
We'll just we'll mentally add it.
Yeah, we can do it.
Yeah, don't worry.
Right, I guess that's still possible. Fuck, I'm dead. 22.
Okay, what's your
8.
8?
That
Okay.
is so low. Ay,
So
ay, ay.
14. Now
Now I can soak. I can roll to soak some of this, right?
you
Can
can
I?
spend fate points on damage. So for
Okay.
each fate point that you spend, you get to subtract 1d6 off of his 22.
Okay, so how much is that over? So right now it's
Let's see.
14?
14 over.
Make it rain.
Let's
And,
roll.
and you have to spend it all now.
4d6.
Okay. There you go.
Nice.
Oh yeah, you so
Didn't
Yes.
even need to look at this. Look
There
at
we
those
go.
sixes.
Bam. Okay, you're good. Does no
It
damage.
just
to you.
bounces off of one of the armored
Yep.
plates on his poncho.
Uh-huh. Hey Tony, you see what I'm saying about the fate points and the damage and all that sort of stuff now?
Yeah, they go quick.
It goes quick. Okay.
Well, when you roll like that, it does.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
that
right,
rolls
like
like,
the
that a
stranger.
lot, man. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Okay, so hey, Servo, what are you doing, my little man?
I mean, I would assume I've got some sort of medical skill or something I can go over and.
Sure, why not?
Day, somehow.
Huh? Yeah.
The day.
I'll go over to him and like do whatever I can to get him unstunned. I know he's not like technically stunned, but just kind of be there.
All the stun does is it's going to it gives him a 1 difficulty modifier right now.
Yeah. Can I can I give him like smelling salts or something?
No, not
to
really.
Shake him out of it.
There's nothing really that gets rid of the stunned effect. So.
Okay.
So you can change your action if you want. You don't have to roll running over to them. You could just charge the bounty hunters.
Yeah. We'll just do that. I'm assuming I've got like a little backpack on or something. I'll pull a rope out like I did the last time and charge the bounty hunters.
Oh, like you? Yeah, okay. You mean during that dream?
Yeah, during the dream. Yeah.
It was really cool. Okay. Okay.
It's all going to be in a dream.
Yeah. All right. So you're charging the yellow. Okay. And you can get to him in time, so you can take an action. What are you gonna do?
I'd like to like go into some sort of overdrive and try to tie the rope around them, just by like running around them.
Okay, but you're gonna have to tie it off on one of them first. So.
Fair enough.
Go ahead and give me a. This is gonna be a contested. So roll 3d6 and then Dylan roll 4d6 for Yellow's attempt to kick the little annoying droid away from him.
Oh my!
That's a miss.
That's a
Oh yeah, he basically boots him. So yeah, okay, that's it. And then once you have a fail, you can't do any more action. So it's
right.
Over. Okay,
Yeah.
so you go up there and you're attempting to tie this or get this rope around its leg, and it's not happening. All right, stranger.
All right. First things first. The stranger looks over at Calcuta and is there a lock on the door?
Yeah, and I'll even say it's on this side.
Beautiful. That's what I was hoping. He's gonna take a shot at that lock.
Okay, now this is aimed. So let's see here.
But it looks like he's pointing the gun at me, you son
does.
of a bitch.
It sure does.
Yeah, but you're weak anyway.
Here we go. Come on, reload.
You'd
Called
better-
shots. Attackers can make a called shot against a small target, such as a specific part of a target's body or shooting a weapon out of a target's hand. Add +1 difficulty rank to the difficulty for a target 10 to 15 centimeters long. Add +3 difficulty rank to the difficulty for a target 1 to 10 centimeters long. You're the Canadian. How long is it? 10 centimeters.
Oh, yay. Here.
Hold on, let me see. I gotta go so I can see your hands.
There you go. Here, I've got. Look, our rulers actually have centimeters on them.
So do ours.
Yeah, so do ours.
Okay, so 10 centimeters is that little bit right
You gotta
where?
count backwards. You gotta count backwards. Look, see, there's 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Okay.
These many inches, you can see.
Okay, cool. So that it is roughly, basically, it's that big. So you get +3 difficulty rankings to shoot this thing.
All right. That means I'm going. I have +1 positive DRC for my blasters.
Correct.
that'll
So
bring
it's
that
down to
1,
2.
But it evens out because I also have that stun. So
Yep. So it's still 3.
three.
Unless you
So-
spend fate.
And no, because what's the target number there with 3 difficulty modifier?
Let's see. Difficulty of 3 would be.
Would have been.
Let's see. It starts at 1.
25, right?
25.
Yeah.
25 is the difficulty rating. Oh, you already rolled. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
So, pshoom! And you see him. It
Actually,
looks.
I think that might have been Yellow's roll. I think that was
Oh,
because my blaster's a 6d6. So we're gonna
Yes.
roll that again.
okay. You gonna spend any fate on it?
I am now.
Okay. You get to re-roll.
Oh, yeah.
Just for the record, I've been sitting on a joke here for the past few minutes, and it's absolutely killing me.
And what's the joke?
It's when you were asking about how long is 10 centimeters. And I was like,
I don't get it.
I was going to say, ask Tanis with 10 centimeters.
Oh, that's so wrong.
You know, that's the one thing we actually still measure in inches.
Makes you feel more American, does it?
Sure.
Sure, why not?
Get bigger numbers out of it.
Well, you rolled a 26 on your reroll, which means you shot the
That means I
lock.
shot the lock, although I'm having second thoughts.
All right.
And,
So Calcuto, you're in your cell. You know, you see this stuff going on, and then all you see is the stranger point his blaster over at your cell, and he pulls the trigger, and he goes. I'm assuming you go ah! or something like that. It hits the lock. Sparks go flying everywhere. It goes. Okay.
Well, then seems like.
Before I end my turn here, that EMP ended up rolling back in my direction, didn't it?
Yes.
So this time I'm not even going to throw it. I'm going to walk. Where it land about here, right?
Here,
Roll
I'm
back 9
gonna
feet.
draw a little. It is right there. See that little yellow dot?
Beautiful. That's within the amount of range I can walk. So I'll walk right up to these fuckers. And I'm going to pick it up. And I'm just going to press the button and stand there holding it.
Okay.
And I'll look at Servo and say, I'll see you in a minute.
Okay. So you go over, you pick it up off the ground, you activate it.
Yeah.
Servo may have gotten kicked far enough away.
Yeah, I may have.
Activating it is pretty much free, so it goes off. It hums in your hand for a little bit. It goes because the pulse, I guess for cinematic, it shows like a wave of purple energy that goes out. But really, you wouldn't even see it happen, right?
Yeah.
All you would see is like stuff start to go like some sparks and different things from electrical things that are around. Okay. You see a bunch of that happen in the in their hover truck, like especially in the back where you saw the big ball droids that they had launched out, which they were probably going to get around to launching as soon as I reminded you guys you had them. But Pinky and
The brain.
yes, Pinky and Yella. You guys have shielding against this. So basically what needs to happen here is go ahead and roll me, Dylan. You need to roll me 6d6. And then both Pinky and Yella, you get to roll 4d6 to try and resist the EMP effect.
Okay. My blaster skill is a 66, so I'm just gonna roll that again.
Okay, that's fine.
Just for ease of use.
19.
No, they've been rolling higher than that on every fucking roll, so let's see. Here's Yella.
Oh,
Oh, there it goes.
Pinky is too
Pinky's
low.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so's Yella.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so what you get to roll now is roll just 1d6.
Cool. Me?
Yep.
Beautiful. I can do that. It's a 2.
Okay, they're down for 2 rounds.
All right. I believe that Calcuto's now. I'm already behind enough on my skills, so it's going to cost me a lot to fire at anything. So I'm going to stop for now.
Okay.
And I'm gonna scurry out of my cage and find hold out the blaster. I want to find the bounty hunter blaster. And how big is a heavy blaster? Is it like too big for me to carry?
No, you could carry a heavy, like a pistol, a heavy blaster pistol. You could totally use that sort of stuff. When you start to get into rifles, that would be kind of big.
No, I like the blasters.
Okay.
Oh, the music went off.
Well, because I'm assuming that we're out of combat. So what are you guys going to do in the 2 rounds? Because they just fell out.
I want my shit back. That's what I want.
Yeah, this is what I want. I don't want that one. I want this one. There we go. It's the nothing's really going on music. Okay. So what's going on? You guys gonna what's the stranger and Servo gonna do?
I mean, Servo's knocked out for the 2 rounds, right?
Yeah, Servo's knocked out. That's true.
Yeah.
Because Servo doesn't have any shielding.
So I'm gonna, moment these things shut down, I'm gonna put my blaster right to the forehead or the equivalent on this thing, and put it to sleep.
Oh, okay. You these are Arties. I'm just throwing it out there.
And I'll be like, wait. Those are the same guys that just came after me in the town not too far down the road. You kill them with a big bang and they go right into brand new bodies. I got the better idea. Let's look what I did. Look what I did with the gray alien, and I took off his arm. That's just kind of a back scratcher now, but we don't want them to jump into their new bodies.
You guys only got 2 rounds, so what are you doing?
To work. Let's rip off their arms and legs.
You having a big long conversation, or are you going to do something real quick?
Point taken, and I will then re-aim and blast this thing's arm off.
Okay, I'll allow that to happen. No problem. You're just going to. Are you going to unarm them?
Yes, I will unarm them. And Kakuto, do you have a blaster?
I've got 3 now.
Fantastic.
With the holdout, I've got this nice bounty hunter one, and I just picked up the heavy blaster.
Why don't you give me a hand taking their hands? And I will start blasting their arms off.
I'll help him too. Just give right there.
Okay, you blast their arms off.
Maybe a leg.
Yeah. I really can't say that I missed this. But, yeah, it's nice to see a familiar face.
Yeah, I would say it's good to see you too, but the last time I saw you, you tried to kill me, you miserable son of a bitch.
Yeah, you understand, it's just business, Calcuto.
Monkey boy, it's just business. It made no business for me as I came out without no profit.
Yeah, that's true. But we got a nice load of profit here. Well, you say we split that 50-50, a little bit of a finder's fee for me helping you out of that cage.
Finder's fee for you with this 50-50 you talk about, that.
Hey, what about us? You let us out too, right? Come on, you let us out.
No, this is the ones we can turn in for the money. And
no, you don't want to turn us in for the money. You don't want to turn us in for the money.
Then if we're going to do that, then fine, that's good. And I'm sorry I shot the gray. I thought if they were taking me, I was going to be like, they're not making any money off of him.
So that's why the situation got so sticky, because I saw you killing my payday.
Oh. See, now all this seems to make big sense now.
If you guys let me out of here, I can tell you a lead on some really juicy stuff. I know where the digital stack of the First Minister is. And that's Belvin starts screaming that through the cage at you guys. And Max goes, shut the fuck up. He starts beating them. Get off of me. And they start fighting.
Yeah, break it up. And I'll head over there.
Shoot one of them.
Excuse me?
So they stop fighting. And they break up and they get in different corners of the cell, and they're just like staring dead eyes at each other.
Now you give me one good reason why we shouldn't turn you in.
Well, I did hear them talking earlier. Oh, you're asking them.
I'm not wanted. That's what Belvin says. Not that you know these guys' names, but to keep them straight for everybody.
But the other one is definitely
wanted.
He's wanted. But you can let me out, and I'll tell you all about how to get the digital stack of the First Minister.
Now, would I know that sounds like something valuable to me?
Oh, yeah, you know it. Well, first of all, you know who the First Minister is.
Okay.
That's basically...
I know what a digital stack is.
You know what a digital stack is, too, yeah. Now, granted, I don't know. Does the stranger have a digital stack, or is he backwater and not raised up in money? I don't know if he would have one or not.
Well, I think he does, but he's got a few things I think going on under that scarf. But I think he'd have a digital stack.
Okay, cool. All right, so he's got one.
All right. So if I know who the first minister is, and excuse me, what do you mean?
And then you hear Mix, and there he goes, "God damn it! Don't you fucking tell them!" And he starts moving across the cage towards him, and he goes, "I know where the digital stack of first minister's at. I can tell you exactly." And Mex jumps at him. He starts beating him up again, and he's grabbing his head and he's pounding it into. King, 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 king.
Hey, Calcuto, you want to help me break this up?
Oh, you don't want just to let him go, and because when there's one left, then there'll be no more fighting.
No, I think he's got some work for me and you to do.
Yeah, all right. Give me that stun baton there, and I just stick it in the cage.
Okay, you're able to stun him, and you're able to separate him again. By the time you do it, Mex has beat Belvin's head against the bars pretty fiercely to where Belvin's just kind of like.
What I heard when I was in the cage, when these two were talking like a big drunk idiots, was a Belvin who said to Steve-O that something about there was a rocket ship from Van that went to a Liberty One, where they were looking for the stack for the first minister in some kind of a spaceship or graveyard on Earth.
Yeah. Well, Van's not too far from here.
Those were my notes, exactly. I never remembered that.
Yeah, looks like they were taking you to Van anyways. Say where the spaceship was going?
The biggest spaceship station over the Earth.
Why the fuck would anyone want to go there?
I don't know, but it seems like there's a spaceship, a graveyard.
And Mex goes, hey, you know what? You guys look capable. You look like you could, help us out. So why don't I cut you in? We can get rid of Belvin. We don't need him. He's just dead weight now. We could just get rid of him. But I could help us all get to Earth, right? And you guys can come with me, and we all get there. And then, we're talking the digital stack of the first minister. Do you know how much that fucking thing's got to be worth?
I don't think the monkey boy understands what the Earth is. It's easy to get there. It's hard to get out.
Yeah, but they don't just let anyone onto Earth. You got to be a wanted criminal.
Well, great. You go down to Earth, and I'm a big wanted guy too, and we can.
There you go. Oh wait, you're wanted too. Oh yeah, I guess. All right, let's go to Van.
I don't think this guy knows what he's talking about.
Give me a minute to think this through, and I'm going to start walking over. I got to go. Just make sure these two don't kill each other, please.
No, but I can kill them, right?
Really, rather you didn't. And I'm going to just walk away, knowing Calcuto and knowing that he says that about everyone he's left alone with. And head back over to check on Servo and leave him alone with these guys for a minute.
And Servo's back up, and so is Pinky and Yellow. They're back up, and Pinky and Yellow are like, I don't know. What do you guys say when they get up and they got no arms? What'd you guys do to their legs? Did you do anything to their legs?
Yeah, we blew those off too.
Okay, so they got no arms and no legs, so they're just like laying on the ground.
Well, Sam, heck, how the fuck we gonna get out of here?
God damn it, man!
Okay.
It's just happening to us.
Just easier when they blow us up.
Yeah,
That's right. I learned my lesson.
we're bound to run out of battery sometime. And I'm coming for you.
All right. We'll wait for your atomic batteries to drain, and then I'll see you again.
Okay. Servo's up.
Okay, I'll grab Servo, and I'm gonna check this vehicle, make sure it's still viable, make sure that we're able to drive it without these limbless wonders.
Yeah,
and,
you check in the back, and in the back are two more bodies for them. Okay, and there's the pods for those like droids that they use to capture Calcuto. That were shooting the nets. They've got there's 8 of these like receptacles that they sit in, and 2 of them are empty because they were destroyed.
All right. Well, I'll take a minute and see if I can't dismantle the extra bodies they have sitting in the back here.
Oh, sure. You can open them up and take out their power cells.
There we go. I'll do that.
Okay. I mean, they're just sitting there. They're not active. They're just empty shells right now.
Yeah, just in case the ones sitting out here in the desert run out of battery. I don't want them waking up in the back of the car while we're driving to van. So.
Oh, those batteries last a long time.
Beautiful. All right, so they'll be sitting here for a while on the side of the road. All right, now just get this thing ready to move. Now you're back. Hey, Calcuto, get them ready to travel. We got to get this thing over to van.
Okay, I'm just a 4 foot, right? Yeah, like I pick up a big cage all by myself.
Well, the cages, they're all connected. It doesn't really look this way, but they hover too, and they're like connected one to the other into the back of the hover truck. So when the hover truck goes, it just pulls them.
That's good. That'll let it go.
It just pulls them.
All right, and you want to ride around back there? Keep an eye on those 2. Make sure they don't kill each other.
All right. I don't see the importance of that, but you got it, boss.
See if you can't get some more information out of them, would you?
All right. Let's see what they say about this graveyard.
And I'll hop in the front. Hey, Servo, come on.
What are you going to do about your riding lizard?
Just sort of give them these things live wild out here, right?
Yeah, if you were to take the saddle and stuff off of it, or
I take the saddle, throw it in the back, and I give them a smack.
Yeah, and it just goes.
Set them up running.
Yeah, it just goes off.
On get.
All right, start driving us back towards the van.
Okay, so you guys start driving towards van, and we will fade out of that scene. Now. We're going to fade in on another scene. The scene opens up on a strange, odd mix of what we as human earthlings would be very familiar with as a large, Old West town. There's no horses, but there are riding lizards and some other beasts of burden, strange alien type. There are quite a few people who use hover bikes that they drive around on, and then smattering of other vehicles. Now, Van is a larger city. Now, Leone 4 is primarily a planet of resources. A lot of mining, different things along these lines. A frontier planet. So there is a tarmac here, and there's actually a spaceport connected to Van. On this tarmac, there are a plethora of different types of cargo ships where they load up with these different types of ores and things that they mine here on the planet. But there's also a very large red rocket. Now, this rocket is the Wells Will Go Far. You guys didn't think I'd remember that, did you?
You're hoping.
Transport service. And basically what it is people use this to book passage, and the rocket goes to different places around Sector 1, dropping them off, so forth and so on. In this town, coming in, Corvax has a riding lizard, correct? Or did Corvax have a hover bike? I don't remember.
She had a hover bike.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as we fade in on the scene, seeing this old west spacey town, it's in a wide shot, but then it it zooms in, and as it zooms into the traffic coming into the town, we see riding on the hover bike Korax. Now, what does Korax look like, Grace?
Well, she is half cyborg, mostly cyborg, but she has got some features of human, but her eyes are just kind of dead and emotionless, and she's got some like plates that come through on her face and stuff, but then like her body is pretty much robotic. So
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, now an informant, which Korax, it's got her fingers in a lot of different things. It's got a lot of different informants all over the different place. And after your meeting with Garna, where you shot and killed him, after finding out about that a fellow by the name of Stevo was hiding out in a town, was hiding out under the name of Jocko Talus. And so you started looking for Jocko Talus. And you were able to get some information that Jocko is in Van. And
right.
he's in Van, and the information that you got is that he's waiting in Van to take the next rocket ship that is going to Liberty Station. And he's staying at a saloon / tavern / hotel by the name of the Dusty Wheel.
Okay. Well, I guess. Let's see. I'd probably. I guess how soon does the rocket leave?
The rocket. There's actually, you go over to the office, where you would buy tickets, sort of thing, to find out. And the rocket's going to be taking off. This rocket is going to be taking off in basically 10 hours. Okay. And the rocket ships, they don't travel. There's not a rocket ship every day. So essentially every 2 weeks, you got a rocket ship that's here that's a passenger ship. Now the freighters and the cargo ships, they're traveling all over the place. Okay. So they're coming and going all the time. But the passenger, every 2 weeks, this one here, leaving in 10 hours. It is relatively early in the morning when you are pulling into Van. So it's, let's say it's about 10 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
So this evening, it'll be departing.
Right. Here. I think... I think I'm gonna go ahead and go over. Do I know what Stevo / Jacko looks like? Like, was that something I would have been able to gain from my?
Yes, and the reason you would have been able to gain is because actually how this all started is Garna originally hired you to find him. Okay.
Okay.
And you were having no luck, and then Garna was kind of reluctant. You're not sure why he didn't give you this information to start off with, but then he told you, hey, there's this guy Belvin. Maybe Belvin knows where he's at. If Steve-O's around, they're kind of buddies. You weren't sure then why he didn't tell you that right off the beginning, but after you went and you met with Belvin, you kind of got an idea probably why he kept that information from you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I guess I would just I'd go over to, I forgot what you called the saloon. Not the saloon, the tavern.
Yeah,
where
Dusty Wheel.
I knew Dusty something, but I couldn't remember the rest. I'll go ahead and go over there and see if, just maybe hang around the front, see if I see Jacko, and if I don't, just out front, or if I hear him or something, then I'm just looking for him. Basically, I want to talk to him.
Okay, so you look around out front, and you're going to look inside the tavern as well?
Yeah, I mean, I'll talk to someone if I need to, but I'd like to not.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. All right, so let's go ahead and start off with, first of all, we're going to change some maps around.
Something else to look at. Oh, hello.
Okay. And since we've got that town music and that going on, but now we're getting into some serious Korvax stuff. It's time for Korvax's theme song. All right. There we go. This is Korvax. It's music. All right. So you see where we're at right there, correct? Oh, let me change. Right. Let me change the view so those beautiful people watching at home can see.
Both of them.
What are you talking about? We've got 7 viewers, homeboy, and that's just on Twitch. Who knows how many people on Facebook are watching? All right, hold on a second here. I want to scoot that up a little bit. That's all I want. Right here. Take a look. Okay, that should be good. Now, right here is the front entrance.
Sorry, do you mind pinging again?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So go ahead and drop your token right there.
Oops. I'll do it right. That'd be awesome.
Ooh, let me shrink her down a little bit. I mean, she is intimidating, but she ain't that big. What do you Kalkuto isn't there?
You got a rat. I think you got a serious rat problem at this place.
Yeah, I know. Here, I'm taking him off the board.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Sorry, everybody.
No. Just don't be stealing Korax's thunder. Okay, so here we go. You come into the bar and you start looking around, different people in different places, as you can see. The ones that are just the black, white silhouettes, just kind of your average folk. Nothing really special about them. And probably the most important thing about those people is none of those people appear to be armed. Okay? If they have a picture to them, they're either visibly armed or look rough and tumble, the type of person that probably are armed. Now, the only 4, and even in Van, like Van is, they have a sheriff, they've got law here. Some of the smaller towns and whatnot on the planet don't, okay? But you're still allowed to carry weapons here. You can't, you're not supposed to draw them, of course, and if you do, well then, that's, for one, a fine. Shooting them is an even bigger offense, and, well, shooting somebody, well, that'll just get you thrown in jail. So, you come in through the front, and you see him right there. This guy sitting at this table here. That guy.
Yeah.
That is Steve-O / Jocko. Yeah. And he's sitting there and he's playing cards with that gray and this other human.
Okay. Is there, this is a bar back here, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'd like to just kind of walk past at first, go to the bar, but while I'm walking past, I want to try to listen in on their conversation, use my acute senses to do that.
Okay, go ahead and give me a roll on that.
I don't know what I have to roll. Is it just perception?
Yes, and basically acute senses is going to give you a bonus. It's going to bring the difficulty down to so basically, yeah, you got to roll 5. There's nothing else going on. It's not over. Yeah, you blow it out of the water, of course. So yeah, you got it.
Okay,
no problem.
And do
Matter
I
discern?
Of fact,
that would probably have been an automatic feat, but 6 of 1 half doesn't. Yeah, as you're walking by, you can hear what they're talking about. They're talking about the card game, and you do notice that as you're walking by, that Steve-O keeps looking up away from the card game and looking over to he looks over here against the wall. And you take a look over, try and see, and then you get it. You're like, I think I know what he's looking at. There's a clock over on the wall on this side. So you think that what he's doing is he keeps looking over, taking a look at the clock. But they're not talking about anything but the card game that they're playing.
Okay, well, I guess I would just order a drink and kind of wait him out, wait for, if I notice that, see if he's going to separate from the other two. If he's not, then I'll go up to him.
Okay. So, under your disadvantages, now Calcuto is infamous, so it's hard for him to lay low in places. You don't have anything like that in your disadvantages, do you?
I'm looking. It's really hard for me to find anything. Infamy.
Uh-huh.
I guess.
You have it?
Probably.
You have infamy?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's... let's do some rolls.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So, Ed, basically what happened is you come walking by right there. Go ahead and give me another perception roll.
A 15. So it'd still be the same, right?
Yeah, it's 15. I'm trying to think what I would do for... He really doesn't have anything for that, so let me see. This is me just thinking out loud here, guys. Yeah, he's terrible at it. So what happens is as you're walking by and you're listening in, he looks over, he looks at the clock on the wall. And when he looks at the clock, then he looks at you as you're passing by, and his eyes get big as saucers. And he locks eyes with you. And he hurry up and he quick and he looks back down at his cards.
Yeah. I guess then I'd go over to him instead. I'd finish my drink first, but then I'd go over to him.
Okay.
Are you looking to get on that rocket?
Don't know what you're talking about, ma'am.
Yes, you do.
And he looks up and he looks at the other two guys. They kind of like exchange looks at him. Hold on a second. Make some other rolls here.
Shit.
Both of those are enough. They get up. And they go over to the bar. So you can go ahead and put yourself over.
Oh yeah, sorry.
When they get up, they don't get up like they're his boys. And they're like, you know, they're not giving you... When you come over, they look up and they look at you and they're like... Put their cards on the table. Then
right.
They get up and they go over to the bar and they leave him all by his lonesome with you.
I'm gonna ask again. Are you getting on that rocket?
Yeah. Just thinking about
I think you'll need protection.
Now, here's something about Korax that we haven't established yet. Okay. Korax, while being a bounty hunter and a all-around despicable person, Korax actually works for she's a ProSac officer as well, on the side.
Yeah.
You're currently on leave. That's basically what you do.
Some extended leave.
Well, what you do is you work for the ProSacs. The ProSacs they're the Sector 1 cops. So you find out all the good information, and then you're like, all right, I'm gonna take a little bit of a leave. You go out using all the information you got from being a ProSac to go hunt down some bounties. You cash them in, you go back, and it's like you use it to your benefit.
Right,
okay?
Right.
And so now here's the other thing. What did we establish that Garnet told you and what Belvin told you when you first met him? Belvin just told you about the digital stack of the First Minister, right? But that was pretty much it. Didn't tell you anything else, correct?
Right, and yeah, other than the name as well, but yeah. And then I know
Brenna Fina, the first minister's name. You mean?
no, Jacko's name.
Jacko's
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. And that I know that Belvin and Jacko are also former Prosec. So.
Correct.
Yeah. That's about all that I know in
Okay.
general.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. And so, like, yeah. And so, yeah. Protection from what?
I think where you're going is going to be a very dangerous place.
Liberty Station's just, it's Prosec Central. I don't think I need any kind of protection there. I mean,
Don't be foolish. Don't try this.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know what you're going after.
And he looks at you and his eyes narrow and he goes, "How did you know what I'm doing?"
That's none of your business.
Well, if you know so much, why don't you tell me what I'm doing?
You're looking for a stack.
And he's like, you can see because he was kind of getting a little bit of, a little bravado in him. And that kind of just like,
right.
See, he was like, oh, fuck. Who told you?
That's not important.
Well, if we're going to be partners and all, that was obviously what you're proposing. No sense to keep secrets.
I think there's a select few people who know about this stack.
Yeah, I just want to know which one I got to shoot.
We have to eliminate both of them if we're going to keep the loot.
Well, there's a little problem with that. See, go on, pull a chair up. This might work out, you being Korax and all. You're an officer and what have you, so... Alright, it's kind of hard to get down to Earth. They just don't let anybody down there. I'm ex-Prosec. I can't just go down there. Hell, even you're active officer in the Prosec. You can't just go down to Earth. Kind of got to be a criminal to get sent down there. I think we need to
hitch a ride.
Well, could you do that?
I think there's a reason why you're here. I think you're waiting for somebody to take you down there.
Well, tell you the truth, I'm waiting for two fellas that I'm obviously going to have to put a blaster through as soon as I see them. Belvin and Mex, they were my partners back when we were down with the Prosecs and we assaulted Earth. But see, here's the problem. Now, I know that we got the digital stack, and I know the escape pod that I put the stack in, hid it in, because I'm the one who put it in the pod. So I can tell you what the serial number on the pod is. But I didn't program the coordinates that shot the escape pod off of our hopper ship when we was getting attacked. That was Mex who did that. So while I can tell you if we can find it, I can tell you whether or not it's the right escape pod. I couldn't tell you where he shot the escape pod to. And there was a bunch of
aren't you?
There was a bunch of escape pods got shot off because when the Prosecs were leaving, hell, the fucking stupid Mechanoid Union started attacking us, and the Sapien Confederacy. Both of those damn asses took a ceasefire so they could try and kill themselves some Prosecs. But that's neither here nor there. But I don't know where the escape pod is, but I can tell you if it's the right one.
We can use Mex. There's no use in disposing him before his value's been expended.
Yeah, that sounds right good to me. Ew. Yeah, never thought I'd be working with you. Heard lots of stories about you.
You don't even know the half of it.
I'm sure I don't. Tell you what, I'm going to go buy us a drink to celebrate our new partnership. And he gets up and he goes over to the bar, and as he starts walking over to the bar, we fade out. That's where we're going to end the episode.
Damn.
Great googly moogly. Oops, I put the wrong one up. I'll get that there. Okay, hold on a second. Boop. There we go. Now let's get us back to some faces so everybody can see the faces.
Faces.
See your sparkling images. And let's go ahead and, since we're done with the Korak scene, we can get rid of the Korak music.
I'm the only one that got the 8-bit Casio keyboard music.
Yeah, 'cause you're the coolest, man. So you got the coolest music.
Uh-huh.
I played the Strangers during the shootout, didn't I?
Yeah.
I thought I did. Okay. Yeah,
I like that.
you guys each got your own music. So
I don't mind. I play a lot of video games that sound just like that.
there you go. It's for you. It fits.
It's different than the other two, is all I'm saying.
A little bit. It is. In a good way. In a good way.
Sure. Like, when they
It's up
throw
for
back,
interpretation.
Yeah. No, I got you. Well, that having been said, everybody, I want to say thank you for tuning in to Return to Sector 1. Sorry it's been so long with us getting the second episode up and out. Like I said, there's been an awful lot of, just technical bullshit that was going on that was keeping things from happening. So, and for that, we do apologize. So, sorry. Why don't you guys go ahead and I'll have you say goodnight. Dylan, why don't you go ahead and sign off first there?
All right. I'm Dylan. I've been playing The Stranger and a little bit of Yella there for a little bit. Just tune in again and watch us again next week. The intro will be a little bit more polished next week. I had to rush the sound design. There was some rush at the last it'll be more polished next week. So tune in again next week to watch that and the show.
And the show, of course.
Yeah. Stay for the whole rest of the show.
But that's my personal plug.
Some of it, most of it.
Yeah. All right, Grace.
I'm Grace. I played Servo, Pinky, and Korax tonight.
Yes, you did.
Yes, I did.
I like the way Korax just does it. There is no beating around the bush. It's just like, I asked you.
Don't waste my time.
Yeah,
Don't
right?
waste it.
And last but not least, Uncle Tony.
Hi, I'm Uncle Tony. And find me on YouTube. I got a bunch of reaction videos. And
Yeah, you
stuff.
do.
And where do you find that?
YouTube, Uncle Tony.
Now,
YouTube-
I have a question about your channel.
Now, here's the thing. I went to YouTube and looked up Uncle Tony, and it's just teaching me how to fix a car.
No, it doesn't. I'm going to kill you, man. I have it. It's Uncle Tony, all one word. Like, run it all together. Never mind. If you can't find me, you can't find me. I don't even care.
I have a question, though,
What?
about your YouTube channel. You sent me that voiceover today, and the file was named Star Wars Rant.
I haven't.
We have something to look forward to?
Yes,
from your
I'm
channel?
working on a Star Wars rant to go with my
Spoiler
Dr. Who
alert.
rant.
Yeah.
But I haven't finished it yet, and that file name wasn't supposed to be on there. I had
I had
changed.
a feeling.
Anyway,
You haven't done another rant since the Doctor Who rant, right?
I haven't. I still
I
get
was about to
comments
say.
on Doctor Who rant all the time.
You get
We
what?
need to watch it.
When I did the voiceover today,
Mhm.
Thank you.
and I was going through the things, and I was just trying to do it quick. I wasn't trying to overthink it. I certainly didn't want to pummel Dylan with questions. But one question I really, really, really had at the time was, who the hell is saying this? Who is this guy that's leaving the message?
Well,
it wasn't Belvin.
No.
And it wasn't Steve-O.
It wasn't Steve-O.
So that leaves one other guy.
Max.
Have we met Max?
Who we
before?
hadn't.
Max was the guy that was beating the hell out of Belvin in the cage.
I mean, before tonight.
We hadn't met
We hadn't
him.
met
Yeah.
Max before tonight. So when I did this at 5:00,
You didn't know who he was. That's correct.
Who the fuck Max was?
Yeah, you didn't know. That's true. You're right. When you're right, you're right. That's right. You're right.
If
I think your
known-
interpretation was beautiful.
If I had known his name was Max, I could have done a much more racist accent.
Oh my god. And there's always an end point.
Yeah, you know that
I-
was nothing more. You know, here's the other thing. He's been thinking about telling us this about halfway through the episode. He started
Totally.
cranking it on. He's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, all right."
I missed along the way. I was like, there's no place to. I can't jump in with that one. Nah.
And see, I was thinking to
I
myself,
had to back up for the centimeters joke earlier.
Yeah,
which thank you for that, by the way. But and for those who can't convert and don't know that was an insult, allow the Canadian to tell you that wasn't an
It's
insult.
got to be a solid 4 inches. I mean,
That's actually, hey, look, the Americans can convert to metric. Yes, centimeters. Thank you. Thank you for that.
love you, Dylan. Don't listen to Tony.
I go for the low hanging fruit sometimes.
What do you mean sometimes?
All right.
You see the look of awe in my eyes at the ballsiness of saying sometimes.
Right? I know.
Then
So-
again, that's from a guy who said space has a lot of space earlier. Luckily, we weren't streaming with that, but I just outed myself for that.
That was awesome. But here's the thing: you were correct. That's not an incorrect statement.
No,
It's
there
totally
it is.
correct. Totally correct. Yeah, yeah. So the next rant's going to be a Star Wars rant.
Yeah, the next
Okay.
rant's going to be a Star Wars rant. But
Okay.
there's a
look
hot
forward to it.
take. There's a hot take on my Star Wars rant that I think is going to piss you off something fierce.
Me?
Ooh.
Yeah, because
I doubt that.
My
Uh-huh.
take on the saga,
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine with it.
That doesn't piss me off.
Yikes.
Oh, okay.
I'm not invested that much into Star Wars to get pissed by that. I'd be like,
Wow.
fuck, you don't know what you're talking about, Tony.
That's
No.
what I'm expecting. I'm really expecting.
You'll get that from other
I mean,
people.
from a
For
lot
sure
of
get that.
people.
Like,
Yeah.
you don't know what you're talking about,
Yeah.
old.
Right.
man. But you know
You'll
what I
get that.
realized, and this will be a part of the rant. But what I realized is no one will ever watch Star Wars the way I watch Star Wars
No.
ever.
You're
Right.
No one's
correct.
going to see it when they're 7 and see the last one 40 fucking years later.
Yeah.
No one's going to see them all in a theater. And I did. I
Mm-hmm.
saw every single one of them in a theater.
Here's the thing. This is the thing
Want my
that
money back on a couple of them.
no. I don't know if you cover or you touch on this at all, but here's one of the things. Now this is what, and I was thinking about this, and I forget what had brought it up. It was completely not Star Wars related, but there's a lot to be said about the unknown. And what I mean by that is when people make, like, for example, they'll be like, well, let's talk about Star Wars. Boba Fett. Boba Fett used to be way cooler when you just didn't know about Boba Fett. All you knew is he was just this badass dude and there were all these theories and all this different stuff about Boba Fett. And when you didn't know, it made him more mysterious, made him cooler. With the Star Wars movies, it starts with episode 4, which makes you go, well, what happened in 1, 2, and 3? It's like it builds its own sort of drama to it, and it's like you wonder what it was like,
For a lot of people, it's not going to start with episode 4.
A
lot of people are just going to pick it up at episode 1 and assume that's the
right, and that's my point, because it's like, is it better to be able to hypothesize on your own and daydream on your own about what these things would be, or to have them presented to you and go, well, that's not kind of what I thought it would be. But if you grow up with it, it's just that, well, that's the way it was.
It is forever going to lose the benefit of 2 years of arguing with your friends and playing with the toys before the next movie comes out.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
And when I'm watching now, if you go and you watch YouTube and you watch people's reaction videos people have never seen Star Wars, and a lot of them are very, very young. What I realized with all that tinkering that George Lucas did is he got it to a place, the original movie, and I was like, why does he keep changing it? God damn it. It's not the movie I saw in the theaters. But the movie that's out there now is immortal. It's at a place that's good enough that audiences of today can watch it, and the magic still works on them.
Yeah. I'm a firm believer that when you have something that's really good like that, you shouldn't oversaturize it. What you should do is do something adjacent. So, like, for example, this trilogy here was great. I don't want to fuck with that. Let's go do the Old Republic, where there's enough separations between the two of them that it's adjacent, but it doesn't affect it. You know what I mean? I'm definitely more of that kind of guy.
What I've been hoping for years, but I don't think they'll ever do an Old Republic. Maybe I'll eat my words. We'll see.
I love playing in the Old Republic games. You know, I love being in that world and stuff. But look
what we've done to Grace by talking about Star Wars. She's just like, hurry up and sign off so I can get the fuck out of here.
That's a good point, actually. We should sign off because I thought we did the dishes, and it's like almost midnight here.
Okay, everybody, I want to say thank you very much for tuning in and watching this episode of Sector 1. We could stay talking forever, but we won't. Don't forget,
especially about Star Wars.
Don't forget on Tuesdays.
It's a very dangerous topic.
Yes. Don't forget on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We have Greyhawk Adventures, and Fridays.
Yes, if you have trouble sleeping, watch Greyhawk.
Shut the fuck up.
Tony!
And then on Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, we have DragonLance, and both are, of course, on this channel right here. So, you know what? I didn't get ready for the outro, of course.
After all that, you weren't even ready.
No, I got, you know what it is? I got talking about Star Wars.
Yes.
So, anyways, thanks for tuning in, everybody. You guys have a great evening. Bye-bye.